conduct in one night. And also, listen, that's what he do is rob niggas. That's what he do is that's what he rap about. Is robbing niggas. Like, yo, like one the at the bottom of society when it comes to the street is the stick up kid, because the stick up kid is usually basically the nigga that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? The dude that's like real mindless, who kind of like lives off adrenaline and really lives for the rush of crime. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, shit's crazy, man. I'm gonna play a little more of this.
We're going to get discovery. We'll take a look at their discovery. They're going to say it's ongoing. I mean, think about it. They had 3 months to get this stuff. They had 3 months to get warrants. They didn't get warrants that night. They didn't get warrants the next night. They didn't get warrants the next month. They didn't get warrants the month after. They waited 3 months to get warrants on whether or not there's guns, whether or not there's jewelry. How about their cell phones? How about the computers? That gives me great pause when I see a case that takes that long to get warrants, if you believe everything that was said on the evening that it occurred.
So can you tell me
let me take one from her because she was great last night.
Can you say anything about the identity of RD, and then you also spoke about a social media post you made?
Correct. So, listen, I don't like when the government puts initials in and everyone takes a guess who they are. We all know who they are, right? I'm not going to say it's this person or that person. That's not my job to do. But certainly there have been media posts of individuals that we suspect were involved in that evening where they're denying that it occurred, or they're denying that they're giving statements to the government. I think that's unusual as well, because of what the government put forward today seems to negate those statements, but we'll have to see how this all shakes out. Listen, guys, Sam and I have had many, many cases together, right? We just finished a case a couple of years ago in San Francisco on the Cash App murder case. And whenever I talk to individuals, whenever I talk to the media, I always say this is not a straight road. It's always a very winding road. So we never know where things are going to take us. We got to look at the evidence as it comes in, and we'll see what's there. I'm just shocked that, you know, when they say there might be video out there, they don't have it. There might be this mystery contract, they don't have it. Oh, they were at Staples, you know, making copies. It's just a total guess. So, like, we're not here to guess. I'm here to look at the evidence, to weigh the evidence, and to make the best decision based on that evidence.
Your client just stays in detention until what?
Yeah, currently he'll stay in detention. We get discovery. We'll start going through that. There's going to be several motions that we're going to file, obviously, in the next couple of weeks. But that'll...
He hasn't seen that. So if they're saying they haven't done discovery yet, right? That means that you don't know what evidence they have. They're not at trial yet. They haven't gotten a chance to present the evidence. They wouldn't be in jail. Like Pooh Shiesty wouldn't have to sit in jail if that wasn't the case. The people in the previous press conference, now again, it's one person's word versus the other person's word, right? But I'm just saying just logically. And listen, I may not know everything about the law. Obviously, this is a seasoned lawyer, but he's also trying to change the perception of his client, you know what I'm saying, and probably trying to plant the seeds for the potential jury when he does go to trial. Because I mean, like, nah, this going to trial. It's going all the way. And they don't do a press conference if they don't have nothing, you know, don't have any evidence. But either way, this is always the craziest thing about how these people are really famous and super successful. Now, it's one thing if, like, somehow, you know, it's like a night where everything goes left, and, you know, and let's just say the drinks start flying, people have an argument, and things got out of hand. This is a situation where this is, according to the case, was a sophisticated plot, or at least a thought out kind of thing, where there was a plan and several people involved in executing that plan. But at the end of the day, we know that this is how hood niggas are. Like, this is how they move. It's not about being logical. You know what I'm saying? Like you're this character because you are like that wild boy. That's how wild boys are. I remember meeting this kid years ago. He told me that he was a stick-up kid, which is like the craziest thing for someone to tell you that they're a stick-up kid. But he had like a whole aura about him, and I was like mad, just uncomfortable. He, for the most part, was a cool nigga and everything. I mean, I met him because he thought I was somebody else, and you know, I didn't know who the fuck he was. This nigga started chasing me, and my homeboy jumped off the bus and caught up to us and whatnot. I had got off the bus, and this dude said, "Hey, yo, you know, he was trying to stop me." And I'm like, "Nah, you know, I'm good." I think I was on the bus, I was on the phone, something like that. And the nigga started, you know, like coming at me and whatnot. So I started running, and then my homeboy, I stopped running because I realized I was going to a straight line and I was going to my block. I'm like, I didn't want him to see where I lived at or know, like, you know, that I lived over there. You know what I mean? So anyway, my homeboy got off the bus and he called to us and whatnot. He happened to actually know the other kid and this and that. And you know, everything was alright. So the guy was saying, "Yo, you know, you look like this guy that had got my friend shot." He said, "Yo, you know, if you ever wind up in that situation again, never run away, because you know, if you do that, that makes the person think that you're guilty, and that's how you can get hurt." You know what I mean? So that was a crazy experience. But in his mind, right, that whole logic, that whole line of logic, everything about that made sense to him. And don't get me wrong, it does make sense in terms of how you should handle the situation, but that is such a unique experience to like being in the hood. If you're somewhere, if you're from the suburbs and whatnot, you'll never have someone running after you because they think you got their friend shot, or someone trying to conduct their own investigation. Because basically that's you doing your own investigation, right? But anywho, I don't know, bro. I'm calling bullshit. So anyway, so we'll build more on this tomorrow, man. You know what I mean? I want to just get in here and start rebuilding this content because couldn't find out, yo, all everything I've been recording has a crazy nasty echo on it. So I think it's not going nowhere, but at least it won't be as bad. You know what I mean? So anyway, have a good night. Peace.